In this tutorial, I'd like to show you how to make a basic countdown timer for your game. To do this, we need to start with an actual timer that we can see here. So let's go to User Interface, Widget Blueprint. I'm going to call this timer HUD BP. That works fine. We'll double click into this. And let's use a text here. So I'm going to make this a really quick 30-second timer. And you can adjust this in many different ways. I'm going to make mine pink. Make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. We can check size to content here. We can anchor it to the center here. And move it up a little bit. Compile, save. Okay. So since when it counts down, we want this time to be manipulated, we need to actually bind the text. So over here in the details panel, come to text and click bind, create binding. And this will open up a get text function here. So in the get text, we need to cast to our main character. So that's the side scroller character. Oh, excuse me. We actually need to cast to the side scroller game mode because as you'll see, that is where we are going to set up the timer. So let's cast to the side scroller game mode. And we will get this instance of the game mode. And here we need to set as seconds. But I think first I should show you how we're actually setting up the timer function. So we will come back to this. So now that we have a timer display, let's find our game mode. Here we go. We'll double click into this. So we want to create a function here. I'm going to just call it timer. And we also need to create a variable here called seconds. And this is going to be an integer value. Make it public, and we'll compile and save so that we can set it. And I'm going to set it to 30 seconds. Just a quick timer to show you what's happening. So then with the timer, we need a branch. So basically, if the seconds are greater than 0, we want to set the seconds to be 1 less than what they are. So every single second, we will lose 1 second. So it will be a timer. So let's do a greater than int here. And here we can get the seconds. So if seconds are greater than 0, then we want to set the seconds to be 1 less than what they are. So that is a countdown timer. So now, go back to the HUD here. Oops. And now that we've cast from side scroller mode where the seconds variable is, we can get the seconds, make this the return value, and Unreal will do the conversion for you here. So let's see if this works real quick. Okay, it doesn't. I mean, the programming probably works, but we also have to display the widget that we created. So in order to do that, we can go into the level blueprint, open level blueprint here. And on event begin play is when we will want to show this timer. So in order to get that timer out there, we have to create a HUD. Which it's actually called create widget. So we'll set our class to whatever we called it, timer HUD BP. So once that's created, we also have to add it to the viewport. And there we have it, but it's not ticking down. So let's see what's going on here. Within the game mode, we're going to go into the event graph and actually call this function. So I think we should call this function on event tick. So every ticking moment of processing in the game, it will call this function timer. So let's see if it works now. Oh my goodness. So event tick is every single moment you can process. So this is much more often than a second. So that is why we need to, I know we need to delay 1 second so that the countdown timer can be much more closer to real time. So let's try it here. So every event tick we delay 1 second. I think the delay might need to be elsewhere. Okay, that works fine. The delay may work elsewhere, but it seems like it works here, so that's fine. So that is a basic countdown timer.